Imagine a version of reality in the digital world that allows you to do almost anything you want to do. It would almost seem as if it came straight out of a sci-fi movie. What's more is it provides convenience that you rarely get in real life and experiences that are achievable for people of all ages to enjoy. From live concerts to gaming or sports, school activities to work activities, and so on. All these will be made easier to experience by anyone, anytime, and anywhere as long as they have access to Wi-Fi. All it would take is a quick login to the web. Mark Zuckerberg envisioned quite the future for computer networks all around the world when his company, recently called Meta, released a video last year introducing the idea of a metaverse and how it can take interpersonal connections to a whole new level. It garnered a lot of attention from the audience, as well as anticipation, doubts, and criticisms. However, the idea of the metaverse is like what the idea of the internet was like back then in the 1970s, vague and uncertain. Likewise, the metaverse is still foreign to us and they're decades away before we can actually start worrying about it affecting our lives. But did you know that you can start investing in it now, as we're only in the early stages of its completion? But how do we do that, and where should we start? Let's find out more, shall we? Hey, welcome to Stock Market Mate. Today, we'll talk about the top 3 metaverse stocks to buy now. Before we get into it, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to help us beat the YouTube algorithm. If you're done with that, then let's get right into it. What is the metaverse? The metaverse is an online global network of 3D worlds. If you're a gamer, you've probably heard of the terms virtual reality and augmented reality. The metaverse will be made to have both in order to recreate the feeling of real-life situations. Many online game platforms such as Roblox, Fortnite, and Minecraft have long since started using this technology for gaming even before the idea of a metaverse rose to fame. Now that the metaverse is officially a plan they're building for the future, Mark Zuckerberg aims to have this become more than just about entertainment, but also for broadening social connections and business opportunities. With that in mind, the metaverse will not only provide thrilling new ways of experiencing games, but also ways to upgrade buying and selling in the virtual world. This is where stock investments come in handy. Since the metaverse is something so grand of an idea, it can almost sound too good to be true. However, considering how much money and effort Meta has put into the plans for the past few years, with Zuckerberg spending $5 billion every year on development of the metaverse, it is not really a matter of whether it'll come true or not, but when it'll come true. Knowing this, we can start preparing ourselves for when the plans and developments come into fruition sometime in the future. Investing in the stock market sounds a bit intimidating, especially when you have no clue how it works and how to secure your money while taking a necessary risk. But that's why we're here to help you to figure things out. Once you get the gist of it all, you'll find it easier to make such a bold move. How can we earn money through the metaverse? Firstly, how does the stock market work? To put it simply, shares of these stocks are traded on an exchange, which brings buyers and sellers together and serves as a market for those shares. In the metaverse, many people will be spending their money to get the best experience there is, which is why there will undoubtedly be an economy. Popular companies or well-known luxury brands such as Dior, Chanel, and Gucci will likely sell products and digital goods within the metaverse to appeal to users. There will be digital clothes, digital shoes, and probably even digital haircuts for users to try out. That being said, in simple terms, the more things are monetized, the market opportunity of the metaverse increases. By 2040, its market opportunity is believed to reach up to $800 billion. This is why it's important to get into it as early as possible. Number 1. Investing in ETFs. Furthermore, while waiting for the metaverse to arrive, you can invest in 2 ways, through content creation sites and through infrastructure sites. However, an easier alternative is probably investing in an ETF. ETFs are a type of investment fund and exchange-traded product. These are exchange-traded funds that track a specific index. ETFs allow you to purchase and sell a huge variety of assets during market hours, thereby reducing your exposure to risk. Roundhill Investments are actually offering an ETF called the Metaverse ETF, intended to expose investors to companies actively participating in the metaverse. If you would like to invest in the space, however, you could opt to just examine what the Meta ETF invests in and select stocks that would fit your overall investment portfolio. Moreover, let's now take a look at 2 stocks that are especially promising for the metaverse. Number 2. Matterport. A leading spatial company, Matterport digitizes the real world. Using their platform, real-life spaces can be transformed into immersive digital twins. Matterport lets people take virtual room scans and connect them to create 3D models that are truly interactive. Certainly, the metaverse will have to digitize and import all physical aspects of the real world into a virtual realm. That's where Matterport comes in, and will become one of the main players within the next decade as it dominates the growing market of 3D virtualization from the physical to the digital world. On top of that, Matterport already has a portfolio of 38 patents and 28 pending patents, hence any new competitors will have a hard time entering the industry. As a matter of fact, Matterport already has a partnership with Facebook, or now known as Meta. Additionally, they're partnering with Meta AI Research, aiming to develop AI systems for both physical and virtual worlds. However, in terms of their earnings call, Matterport does have slight misses on their earnings per share and their revenue, resulting in a 6% trading down. Although despite having a few bad earnings, if you're assured enough in Matterport, this could ultimately be a huge purchase opportunity. Number 3. Unity. The next and final stock to look into in our list is Unity. You'll probably recognize it if you're familiar with video games such as Adventure Time, Pirates of Enchiridion, and more. Unity is a software development company. Developers can create and monetize their games on numerous different platforms including Windows, Android, iOS, PlayStation, etc. 60% of the AR and VR games are actually under the Unity platform. Unity primarily focuses on the gaming industry, but is hoping to expand into other markets in the future. Just last year, Unity reportedly acquired Metaverse Technologies Incorporated. Having acquired Metaverse Technologies, a 3D optimization software company, means that creators can seamlessly import 3D models into Unity and optimize them for real-time use. Currently, Unity's revenue skyrockets per year. The company's gross margins remain around 80%, but its net and operating margins are declining. This is because they're basically investing in themselves, which is both great and bad since in the short term, their metrics can look poor. Nevertheless, Unity has a cash cushion of around $1.6 billion that can be beneficial to cover losses. With a price-to-sales ratio of 39, an enterprise value-to-sales ratio of 44, and a price-to-book ratio of 21.3, current stock prices reflect high growth expectations. Furthermore, Unity is trading at a high premium compared to other companies. Despite the stock being not cheap, the stock has strong growth, high revenue, plus 2.7 billion active users across all of its applications. In the end, both of these companies, Matterport and Unity, will surely have an impact on the metaverse, and if you're lucky, you can start investing in them now to secure yourself when the metaverse is ready for us. There's no denying that the future is going to be filled with high and advanced technologies, and whether we like it or not, we're evolving towards a computer-centered life. Just as we kind of do now, we will have a double life. One inside the metaverse and outside in the real world. It's up to you whether you'll take this as a sign that we're being consumed by the internet or an opportunity for further advancement in humankind and science. And that's about it for today's video. We hope we were able to help you figure out your next move regarding the metaverse. For more videos relating to the metaverse and stocks, consider subscribing to our channel for more information. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to want to watch one of these two videos right here. Enjoy!